Many people, when they talk about progress, talk about incremental progress. That is, moving from this stage to the exact next stage or next level, whatever definition level means to them. But there's an interesting idea I came across about 10 times progress, exponential growth, where you're moving from one stage to like 10 times better in a short period of time. How is that possible? I mean, it's theoretically pleasant and pleasing and desirable, but how can you prime yourself, or how can you position yourself to make such a leap, a huge leap in your career, in your relationships, etc.? One important idea is to begin to think like where you want to be. Now, I know this is a little bit cliche, you probably heard it before, but stay with me. Many people, when they want to make progress, they say, okay, I want to stop going with the transport system, I want to buy a car. That is quite an incremental type of progress. So moving from taking the public transport to owning your own car. But some other people think that, okay, I'm moving from taking the public transport to owning a means of transportation. That is a 10x leap. So they don't have to worry about buying their own car and trying to have a more comfortable way of living. They're now thinking of how they can provide value to other people by providing them with a means of transportation. And naturally, there will be a lot of economic benefits coming with that. How then do you transition from this to that? The person who is taking the transport in the morning is probably thinking, I need to get ready in time, I need to catch the bus, etc. The person who wants to move to someone who is providing transport is studying, how does transportation work in this city? How can we make it a lot easier? Where are the pain points that people who need to take the public transport are finding trouble? You see, that kind of difference in thinking. One person is thinking, how can I become more comfortable for myself, my family? Another person is thinking, how can I make comfort more accessible to everyone else? You could describe it as a servant mindset, thinking about others, etc. But I just wanted to highlight the possibility that one person uses their brain to achieve a quote unquote, it's still a valid goal, but it seems to be smaller, while another person uses their brain to achieve a much bigger goal. My light just went off. I think we're back now. So that is 10x thinking. And one way to achieve that is to begin to think in terms of where you want to be. And where you want to be, make it such a big goal. Make it something that is not just the next logical step to where you currently are. I'll give you another example. Say you wanted to improve in your career, you wanted to get a promotion. You might think of it as, okay, I'm at this level today. What do I need to do to get to the next level? You can also think of it in terms of, I'm at this position today and I eventually want to get here. How can I start acting in a way? How can I study the people who are already here and begin to act like them so that they feel I am one of them? So when I have to interact with them, they feel like I get their language, I can speak what they are speaking. That would usually create such a massive jump that instead of having to go through the rungs of the ladder, you can accelerate your growth and become a senior in your organization. This is something I am going to use, and I look forward to coming back to tell you how this worked for me. And so that is 10x thinking. And the reason why this is very important is that most people think just in terms of the next logical step or the next two logical steps. And so they lead, I call it ordinary lives. But some other people are able to move in such quantum leaps where their trajectory can't be described or explained by the way things should be. They make such massive jumps, and that's by changing the way they think, positioning themselves in such a way that those quantum leaps don't seem strange or don't seem unusual to them when they begin to achieve them. I'll give one final thought about this. People say dress the way you want to be addressed. I think that's a very valid and very helpful nugget that is sometimes overlooked by people. If you wanted to be addressed as a CEO, then you don't just dress to improve your clothing from a $20 Primark jeans to what, a $40 Levi jeans. I mean, whatever the brand you want, but you move your dressing from $20 Primark jeans to beginning to dress like a CEO. I mean, and I know it might feel a little bit stereotypical because the CEO could be someone who wears jeans or someone who wears the suit. But the point I'm trying to make here is you just move yourself out of what is usual, what is expected of you, and begin to position yourself in places that you aspire to be. And it doesn't have to be sequential, it can be exponential. I hope I was able to communicate in this video what I'm trying to say. If I had your feedback, that would be great, but I'll watch it as well and try to figure out where I can be better. But thank you for watching. If you got to this point, please leave a comment and tell me how I could be more explanatory or succinct.